What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Na'im Lynn, and this is the very first episode of my new podcast. It's called DMCs with Na'im Lynn. Now, the reason why I decided to do my own podcast is because I have a background in journalism, as I like to think. I've been on radio, and it's time for me to do my own thing. I'm tired of people asking those same old questions. Not everybody deserves a mic. Not everybody has good interviewing skills. And I think I'm the total package, so I'm starting off today. I have so many things to talk about. And my very first guest on DMCs with Na'im Lynn is my man. He's an actor. He's a comedian. He's an impressionist. He's a dancer. He's an all-around good guy. Give it up for my boy, Mr. Affion Crockett. Yeah.
What up, though?
Yeah.
Are these your journalist glasses?
Yeah, well, it's deep, meaningful conversation, so I want you to know that I'm serious.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just let you know that I'm really about business.
Got it. Are those metas?
Yes, they are.
Got it.
Yes,
Right.
these are metas.
Got it.
And not the current generation either. So, right off the bat, like I said, I'm tired of people asking those same old questions. So let me get into mine.
Yeah.
What made you want to be a comedian? Nah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Same old questions.
I was about to be like, it's gonna be a long
Yeah. Nah, I get tired of that though, bro. It's the same shit. You can only answer the same questions so many times. What makes you want to be a comedian? Were you a class clown? And how'd you meet Kevin?
I get really surprised that people who do radio shows, radio hosts, and podcasts
Lazy.
don't think to say, you know what? I'm sure some other 100 people have asked these guys these same questions. I want my shit to be original. Why not dig and come up with something different?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah, I think maybe part of it is just like when we do a tour, right? So we're doing these shows and we're doing the same set and same material every place, and it's like, well, these people haven't seen it.
Right.
So maybe that's their thought process, but what they're not thinking about is how redundant it is for us as the person that's being asked the questions. And you're not going to get that good energy that you may want asking the same old shit.
Yeah, after you've been asked it the 50th time,
right?
You just give the Cliff Notes version of the story.
Well, what's other than a few things I just said, what's a question that you get all the time that you're tired of?
What's it like working with the Wayans brothers?
How's
Nick
all your
Cannon?
shit is with, all your shit is with them.
Yeah, or Nick Cannon, or Wildin' Out, or what would Jay-Z say in this scenario?
Damn.
What would Barack Obama do? Hey man, you don't get the fuck on somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to do that today. So I got a bunch of questions that I have.
Come on, man.
Specifically,
scroll and roll
for you.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Na'im is, even though neither one of us smile a lot. He's one of my better friends in the entertainment industry. Right.
You had to emphasize on. I couldn't just be a friend. It had to be.
No. It's in the entertainment. No.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's what I am. Okay.
No. He's a good dude, and I think it's just our dynamic is very interesting in how we're both sensitive artists. We're sensitive men.
Whoa.
Huh?
I don't think I've ever said that before.
You don't think you've said it, or do you don't think you've acknowledged it?
I'm not saying that it's true or not. I'm just saying, how did you decide that?
Because you're sensitive. You are sensitive.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
All right.
And we've had conversations offline about this, but whenever you're going through something with Kev or somebody else, it all comes out, like on podcasts, in your material. And I pulled you aside, or I've texted you before, like, hey man, you might want to pull your foot off the gas so you don't come off sounding like,
myself,
the angry guy.
You want me to not be me?
This nigga's sensitive. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Nah, well, when it comes to that,
I was giving you a compliment.
Okay.
First of all, I was just saying,
finish that because it don't sound like it so far. But go ahead.
See, you don't even know how to accept it. But I was saying sensitive in a sense of we care about what the fuck we do, and I was putting myself in that same thing. So the similarity is, I feel like a lot of comedians really are like jockeying for position, and they're competitive against their brother. I don't see. I mean, there's an era of that when we get on stage, like I'm about to kill this shit. Right?
Yeah.
But no, you've always been actually really supportive, really like a brother. Like you check in on people. Like you really are a big hearted guy. Again, even though your face will never dictate that.
Okay. It's crazy. It's crazy to hear you say that. But go ahead.
But no, he's a good dude. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
It's my bro.
So before I get to the questions, and the first question is going to be great off of what you just said, but I'll address the thing when it comes to Kev. And I said this on the other podcast that we do, the Dope Dads, where it's all clickbait. So first of all, they don't show the question that was asked for you to come up with that response. It just goes straight into the response. And one of the things I want to do on this podcast is make sure that everything is shown on the clip so that it's not like you just pulling some shit out of your ass.
We're going to play the setup question too.
Okay.
On this podcast.
Yeah, we're going to do all of that.
Yeah.
So I also have to consider that everybody's not familiar with the radio show. Mm-hmm. When we did Straight from the Heart, the things that I say now in these interviews is things that I've said while he was right next to me.
Right.
And that's just our dynamic.
Right.
But people will run with the clickbait and they'll think that it's hate when all it is just me answering a question. For instance, on the TFU podcast, I said that, and I say this on every interview when they ask me about what he has not done for me. And I say, I don't feel any entitlement whatsoever.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm happy with what he has done for me. And then I say he's done a lot of these things, put me on stage, put me in the roast, all of these things. But
that's not what they post.
I know. But when it comes to the acting side of things, that's not what he does. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what my face looks like when I say these things. And if people are like, oh, he hates Kevin. I love Kev. He's a great friend. That's my brother. And if you don't put the part where I'm saying I don't feel entitled, then when they show the stuff where I say he doesn't do these things, it looks like I am.
I always reach out to you because when I hear those responses, my thing is, first of all, those are trick questions. They be setting niggas up for that. They know what response they want. It's like anytime you go to any radio interview in any city, and they want to ask you about, what do you think about Jim Jones and whoever he's beefing with? You don't got shit to do with Jim Jones or any of these rappers, but they want to set you up to get some type of response. So they do that shit on purpose. It's calculated at this point.
Yeah.
My thing is, to you, is like, don't even answer that shit. Keep it as positive as possible and as vague as possible.
Yeah.
And keep you and Kevin's relationship between you and him. Mm-hmm. Because the more you talk about him, even though, like you said, there's a whole question and then there's parts that's chopped up, the general consensus of people that see you, my care for you is I don't want the audience looking at you like you're a bitter friend that's ungrateful.
Which I'm not. I'm one of his biggest cheerleaders, actually.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's where I be coming from when I reach out to you and say these things.
Yeah. And ironically, here we are talking about him again.
Yeah, but there's a different energy on why we're saying.
Yeah, I know. And I get to control how this comes out, of course.
Exactly.
So I'm going to get to my first question. And one thing that you said was you talked about me being a friend, a good friend in the industry. And coincidentally, my first question is, do you consider me a friend? I swear to God, this is my first question.
Yeah, industry or not, yes.
Okay.
1,000%.
Okay, all right.
The only reason why I specify industry is because we don't hang all the time. We see each other primarily at industry events, unless you're doing like a fight party or something like that.
Right. So who are these people that you hang with all the time?
Like Jeb that just left. Jeb is somebody I've known since I moved here. We grew up in church together. So his family events, his kids are like my nieces and nephews. Like I've known him since 99.
So you're saying that Jeb is a better friend?
He and I are closer. I met him long before I met you. Yes.
Okay. What does time have to do with anything?
Hey man, that's that sensitive shit I'm talking about.
These are right questions.
There. It's just questions, yeah, but there's some sauce on that question.
Yeah. So Jevin you consider him
Jevin
to be
is somebody that I hang out
friend.
with.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes,
okay.
he's a better friend than you.
It's crazy. I thought we were closer than that, but now I know. So what does the word friend mean to you?
A friend is somebody that you talk to like frequently, that you hang with on a regular basis. I feel like you and I check in on each other, but it's not like we like, yo, hey, if I'm about to go to this event, like let's roll, you know what I mean? Like more frequently. I'm talking more about frequency.
Because I remember Henry Coleman did a podcast and he said that he thought Tiffany Haddish was his best friend, and she said, "You've never been to my house. How could you be my best friend?"
Right.
So okay, so that's your definition of a friend. So my next question is, do you think you've been a good friend to me?
I think we've given each other the same energy, but I will say, recently you've checked on me more. I will give you that. You checked in. You sent me the book, and you gave me the whole philosophy that in this new headspace that you're in.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'm gonna disagree. I think that I've been carrying the friendship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is an intervention.
No, this is the last question about friendship.
So let me check you on that.
Okay.
And there are some things that recently, I'll say within the past year, right? Because I have reached out to you, or I'll say, if you need to talk, let me know.
I don't think that's ever happened before, but go ahead. I don't remember you ever saying that before.
Because you shared some things with me that were very, very personal, and you was like, something specific, you was like, I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
Right? So it's like you cut me off, like you refused and then you forgot what the fuck we talked about before.
Okay.
Right? So we've had some conversations where I've checked on you. We've had those conversations.
Okay, I give you that. I think in the moment, I just didn't, it was, we had people over, I was watching the fight, so I didn't want to get into it.
I didn't mean today, but what I'm saying is, I was coming at you from the same standpoint of when we have our private conversations like we normally do. Like, update me on your life.
I'm giving you a hard time. You are a pretty good friend, and I know that if I needed you, then you would be there.
1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, you're here.
First guess.
Yeah, you're here. So
I can't be that bad a friend, can I?
Nah, you're good. You're good. Okay.
Or maybe I was the only nigga available.
No. I had other people. I wanted to kick it off with a bang with somebody that real shit. Somebody that I actually know, where I can have a deep, meaningful conversation with, who's also relevant. So you were a good first guess. Cedric the Entertainer was not here. So but no, you were my pick, bro. So you mentioned earlier how straight face, not really approachable is what you were kind of getting at, and we've laughed at each other because we're kind of similar, right? So my question is, where does your temperament actually come from?
I'm introverted for one. I'm not really a people person. So for me to be in this industry is like me having to
pretend. Pretend.
Not pretend, because there's some people that when I get to know them, I fucks with them.
Yeah.
Right? But to have to like gear my mind up to have to go to event after event, talk to a gang of people, that shit is exhausting to me. So, and then in the comedy world, I don't have a lot of comedian friends that are like day-to-day type friends, because my experience with a lot of comedians, especially in LA, is a lot of the, just talking behind your back and people. Yeah. It's too competitive, and I don't.
Shit and the hate. Yeah.
A lot of hatred, and I don't like that energy. So I don't even perform in LA, like unless it's once a year on my birthday or some shit.
Yeah.
So my temperament just comes from, if I don't know who I can trust, I know that I can trust me. You know what I mean? And I'm comfortable with that. I know who my people are, and where when I'm comfortable, when I need to leave my house. But at the end of the day, it's like,
you protect your energy. You're an introvert. So, but I feel like when people are introverts, extroverts, whatever your personality is, it stems from something. So is there something about your childhood or where you're from that made you the way you are?
Oh, yeah. So the military life. Military life for me was very culture shock because we had to move every 4-something years. So I grew up in Germany from the time I was 6. So that is a
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
6 to what?
6 to 10, and then we went back when I was 12 to 16. So all my formative years was in Germany.
What happened between 10 and 12?
We went back. So the military will station you back to wherever your father's assignment is. So we just kept getting stationed back at Fort Bragg, Fayetteville, North Carolina. So they sent him back there for 2 years. And I think he put in the request to go back to Germany because we loved it from the first time we were
you
there.
liked it?
Oh, we loved it. Loved it. But it's a very
You were on that yes sir shit with your father?
Nah. That's not the part I'm talking about. But put it like this: let's say you live somewhere as a child for 3 to 4 years. You're the new student in the school, so you got to deal with the first 2 weeks of that bullshit of they picking on you, whatever that is. You scared, you just kind of nervous, you cower, you go into the back of the room because you're just trying to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Then you make friends. You get close to people.
And do it all over again.
Your family, their families, y'all start having cookouts together, and they might be in the middle of their term over there. So you might get to know them for a year and a half. They got to move. Then you get close to somebody else. Now you got to move and go back to the States. So it's a lot of uprooting and ripping people in and out of your life. So it's kind of like early heartbreak.
Yeah.
So it created that introverted persona or that energy that I keep. And this is like, I don't like shifting energy anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
When I think about you as a kid, I think about like Jim Carrey and Cable Guy. You know what I mean? Like he became friends with the TV.
100%.
Yeah, and knowing that with you being able to do all these impressions and dance and everything, I can totally see like the TV being your best friend.
That's exactly right. Because I used to have to babysit my sister. So my brother was out partying, my mom and dad was out partying. So my sisters are younger, so they was playing with dolls. So all I had was TV in the house that I could relate to. And so that's they say your childhood absolutely shapes who you are. So it's no accident that I ended up being on TV and films, doing voices, mimicking everything that I hear. I used to play music by ear as well, so that's why I'm real heavy in music and dance and all that kind of shit. So creativity was my only real outlet.
Yeah. So how many siblings and what's the gap in between you guys?
It's 4 of us total, and it's 4 years literally for all of us. 4 years apart.
Every time your parents got to a new place, they just like, all right, let's have a baby.
Yeah, 4 years, all of us.
So, I know that your stepdad was more of a father figure to you than your real dad. So your stepdad was the military guy?
Yeah, and I don't call him step, but he was my dad since I was a baby.
Okay.
So yeah, he's not my biological, but
he's not your biological, but
my father who raised me. Yeah.
And you have the older is your biological father's kid. So 2 by your biological father.
2 behind my biological father. Yeah, I have a stepbrother in LA, and then I just lost my sister from my biological father.
Oh. So okay. So it's 4 total.
So in my immediate family, like the military family, it's 4 there, and then on my biological father's side, there's 2 additional.
Got it. So the sister that you lost is not
in my immediate.
Y'all wasn't raised together.
No.
Okay.
I didn't meet her until I was 17, but we're 8 months apart, so we were literally like twins, long lost twins.
Did you know about her the whole time?
No. I had no clue. I had no clue until I met him. I basically took a weekend out right around the end of high school or like in my senior year, and I took a trip because he lives in North Carolina too. So I went up there and just on a whim said, let me just go meet this guy because
there had been no contact.
Not really. Him and my mom and my grandmother were in contact, But he had expressed interest in wanting to spend time, and he had invited me to the crib. First couple times he did, I said no, because I'm like, I don't know you.
Right.
I don't know anything about you. And so finally I just was like, let me just put my pride aside and go meet this person that I come from. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got to his crib, that's when I met my sister. That's when I met my stepbrother. That's like I met everybody just in that one weekend. And you know, it was crazy. Like you looking at people that you don't know, but you look exactly like them.
Yeah.
It's
so how
wild,
was
mindfuck.
when you met him for the first time? How was that, and what was his, I guess, excuse or reason for not being around up until then?
He didn't really need a reason. The blessing in me having my father was I never lacked a father.
Yeah.
So I never was questioning him about what it was. But then when I heard the story, they all were like 19, 20 when all this stuff was going down. So basically, he was a musician traveling around. He had 2 women pregnant at the same time at 19. And so my sister's mom was pregnant with her. And my mom was pregnant with me. And then they broke up. And she started dating my dad because my dad was already close to the family.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was more like, it was probably one of the most easy meetings that I ever had, considering the scenario. He and I are very similar and just very laid back, very chill. So it was like looking at a mirror of yourself and like seeing, damn, I really am this dude's son. You look just alike, have a very similar temperament. He's just very calm, peaceful. Everybody love him in the neighborhood, in the city. He's very popular in the city and just, he's always there for everybody. So,
Still a musician?
Yeah.
Was he just like somebody known, or does he play with somebody?
No, he has a group called Inspire. So what they do is like covers. They'll go around, they'll perform around North Carolina area or some other spaces too. But yeah, they'll do all the funk band stuff like SOS Band, Earth, Wind and Fire. So they just do a bunch of like that type of stuff, and they funky. They
what do you play?
Huh?
What does he play?
He's bass and
I
piano.
love the bass. That's my favorite instrument.
Yeah.
So and you learn how to play instruments by ear. You said
So that's the crazy thing, right?
picked it up. Yeah.
Apple don't fall far from the tree. So even when I didn't know who he was, I know nothing about this man. And the 2 instruments that I ended up playing in my lifetime as a kid was guitar, lead guitar, but piano, yeah.
So there was never a time where you had a conversation like, "Mom, who was my real?" And respect to your father, your mother never offered that information. You never asked her. It was nothing.
I thought he was my dad.
Oh, so when did you
Because he
find out?
gave me his name. So as a baby, this is the whole story. As a baby, he started dating my mom before I was even born. So the day I was born, he climbed a fire escape after visitation hours at the military hospital. He came to see me and all that kind of stuff. And he literally fell in love with his baby, right? They got married a year later, and he gave me his middle and last name. So he adopted me. So as a kid, if my name is Affion Crockett and his name is Scott Crockett, then I think that's my dad.
Right.
We both light skinned, so there was nothing indicating that he wasn't my father.
So he gave you Affion, or he gave you Scott?
Scott
is
and
your middle
and
name.
Crockett, yeah.
Okay. So Affion is just a name your mother came up with.
Right.
Okay. So he adopted you, fell in love with you, and this is my son, all these things. So when did you find out he wasn't your biological father?
When I was 12.
And how that happened?
My grandmother was a very messy person.
Okay.
And so
It's
she
always,
kept
always the damn family.
Yeah, it'd be your own family. So my grandmother was really messy. She used to keep in touch with my biological father, and at the time it was disrespectful because my dad was like, I don't want him to have anything to do with this, because whatever beef happened when they was 19, that's what it was.
So he knows your dad.
Yeah. They had like some type of
Yeah, I got it.
whatever. They had a little beef back in the day, so they didn't know each other. And he was just like, nah, this is my kid, and this is my wife, and that's just what it's gonna be. And in his and my mom's mind, what I don't know won't hurt me.
Right.
But my grandmother kept reaching out. Him and my mom and my grandmother kept talking. My biological father kept talking. He was trying to keep tabs on me, just wanted to, however he could, eventually be in my life.
Yeah.
So he was showing a lot of effort, but the way my grandmother was handling it, it was just kind of like, on some messy, disrespectful kind of thing. So finally, my mom and dad, I remember that day when I was 12, they was arguing, and it was a lot of just tension in the house. And then finally my dad took me in a room with him, and he just told me the story about how he's not my father. There's another guy, whatever. And I was just like, okay, so here's a pivot. The guy I thought was my father ain't my father, and there's some phantom dude out here that I don't know is my father. The first thing I told him was, well, you're still my father, because that's what I know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that was the beginning of me understanding that I came from another person.
How did that make you feel?
In the moment, I didn't know. I just felt like it was a mystery.
Yeah.
Like it was just an unknown thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think I realized this until later in life, like especially going through relationships. It fucked with my trust. Yeah. Because when the two people that you love the most keep a secret from you like that, you don't know who the fuck. So whenever I date women and they'll be like, I love you and I want to take care of you, I want to do this, I don't believe it. I don't believe shit. If your actions show me who you are, I can live with that. Over time, consistently you will show up and show me who you are. But when people tell me stuff with words, I'd be like,
yeah. So I want to give respect to both of these men, right? Your father, who stepped in, wanted to be a father to a child that was not biologically his. Also, respect and shout out to your biological dad when he had the easy out.
Right.
But he remained persistent and wanted to know what's going on with you and trying to be a part of your life. And I hate a story like that, because there was a movie out about this woman who kidnapped the kid. It's a true story. Kidnapped the kid from the hospital who couldn't have a kid. And then the girl didn't find out that the lady wasn't her mother till she was like 18 or 19. And she didn't even have nothing to do with her real family. Like, no, this is my mother. I don't care who those people are.
Right.
But you kidding. And of course, your father didn't kidnap you, but it's still a situation where it's like, damn, this is a man who wants to be in his child's life and is not being allowed to. So,
I don't think it was that cut and dry at first, though.
Okay.
Because, again, he had somebody else pregnant.
Oh, yeah,
so
of
he
course.
had to...
Yeah, he probably maybe had to make a decision, like, I'm going to be with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, again, being a teenager, like, I gave all of them grace. Mm-hmm. Like, I never had that thought of, oh, you abandoned me type shit. I never had that. Because, again, I had a father that stepped in and did what he was supposed to do. But when I look back at the story, I was like, I can't blame the dude. He had somebody else pregnant. He had to make a decision. It was what it was. But when some time passed, he at least, checked in every now and then and was just like wanting to get updates. But it wasn't like he was, I want to be in his life. I want to get back with you. It wasn't that type of
So
pursuit.
When you met him the first time, did he have like a story of, look, this is what happened type thing? Or it was just like, hey, man, this your family. Let's just embrace this moment, or what?
Yeah, it was very chill. He just basically was like, look, I have a lot of regrets that, I haven't been able to be in your life from the time you were born and, to now. So he was very, apologetic and explaining stuff, but in a weird way, I felt like I didn't need an explanation. Yeah. Let's just deal with it from here. Let's get to know each other, and let's rock like that. And we got a great relationship to this day. And I was able to bring them two together later in life. Like, that meant a lot to me to bring the families together. We had like a cookout at the crib, and
this was your idea?
Yeah. I needed that because what would happen is, even though none of this was my fault, I didn't ask to be in the middle of this, I still, once it was known that I met my biological father, and now I'm between these two families, these two fathers, I would get guilt trips. Who you going to spend the holidays with? And finally, I was like, hey, niggas, y'all not going to be doing this to me.
Right.
Because I did not create this dynamic. Yeah. And so, I needed to get them together and just, to take some of the pressure off my back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At what age were you when that happened?
I think that happened when I was 20.
Okay, so not long after you met her.
2021-ish.
Yeah, a couple years after you met her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your father passed away a few years ago, right?
2021.
Yeah. Okay. So at that moment, you said you already have a good relationship with your biological father, but now at this point when you are looking for fatherly advice or, just that type of relationship, do you lean more on him now?
I wouldn't say more, because the dynamic that he and I have is almost like he's my older brother.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it's like we kind of lean on each other, but I wouldn't say that I lean more on him now that my father's gone. It's kind of the same, but we still just have a solid like appreciation for each other and love and just a very calm, chill type of relationship, which I can appreciate because in this world that we're in, man, I feel like people carry so much bullshit and toxicity, especially like when you talk about dating. People carry so much bullshit, and I'm literally peaceful, calm. That's my thing. And women don't believe that, but I'm like, no. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on this shit. If you feel a way about it, cool. I'm down to discuss it, but I'm not about to be raising my voice. I'm not about to be raising my energy and all that kind of stuff. But I'm literally like my biological father. Like we're just him and my stepmom, they don't be getting into no big tussles and none of that. They'll have discussions if they disagree about something, but there's love in their dynamic. Like they have a really great relationship, and I admire it. So yeah.
Yeah. So you said something interesting. You said the people that you trust the most were keeping a secret from you, which is affecting your dating life. Is that something that you hope to correct, whether it be through therapy or, first step is acknowledging something, of course, and you acknowledge it, you know that that's a thing. So going into dating, do you tell a woman like, yo, I'm not really big on the words, I'm more about showing me, and this is why?
I try not to lead with that. So I've already done the therapy, and it's not that I'm blaming my parents, but it is me saying I'm acknowledging a point in my life where trust was broken at the highest level.
Yeah.
When I was 12 years old. So I can acknowledge that that was one of the first rifts in trust. Now I just try to take it. I try to give time to reveal who the woman is. And the more quality time you spend with somebody and you get to see what their likes, dislikes are, what their quirks are, I take it like that. Like I try not to go into a dating situation on some like, let me just dump all of my, you know what I mean, my issues on the table and we reverse engineer it from there. For me, it's more about let's get to know each other. Yeah. But my core mechanism and the core space that I stay in is peace, harmony, calmness. Like let's just get to know each other on some day-to-day shit.
Yeah. So I'm also a person that appreciates peace, and that also has to do with my temperament as an adult. It's like I don't like going too far high, too far low. And I'm just really just trying to be in my space. And I know that my face can come off different than how I may be feeling.
Right.
But I'm really comfortable in my skin, so I don't care. Unfortunately, people look at that type of energy as arrogance, and that's your business and your opinion. They don't know me.
Yeah.
They don't know me. The only time I'll ever come off arrogant is when I'm talking shit and it's meant to be a joke. I just don't, and I'm not humble, but I'm very grounded. You know what I mean?
That's a great distinction.
Yeah. I know who I am. The people that are closer to me, they know who I am. They know I'm extremely generous. But I'm not really a people person either. And I'm not crazy about making new friends, especially in LA, because you start trusting people, like you said, then people out here, it's really dog eat dog. People are out here in survival mode. And I say this all the time. You really don't know who you are as a person until you're in survival mode. Because if you've always had your bills paid and a meal to eat and all those things, and you think you're a good person, then you get out here and shit start getting hard.
Yeah.
Then you find out who you are. And things have been fucked up for me, even before moving out here. And I had like maybe like a 8-month time period where things got really tough early in my time in LA. And I still was the person that I am. And I'm a good person. I try to be as righteous as possible. Mm-hmm. But I see that in you. Like you're not a hater. Mm-hmm. And I pride myself on not being a hater. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons why I think we get along really well, man. Let's get back to another question I have. So it's really relevant because we're talking about temperament. So with you not being a people person and you having the temperament that you do, when you go on stage, you're a completely different person.
Yep.
I am not. So how much does it take out of you mentally to code switch like that?
It's not a full code switch. And okay. I wouldn't say that I'm completely a different person. Mm-hmm. What I have is a performance gear that amplifies my regular voice. Mm-hmm. So my regular voice, I'm very observational. I'm very much like, I'll look at the world, I'll look at people, I'll look at our behaviors, and I comment on it. I do that in my day-to-day life. Like, damn, look at these motherfuckers. Like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. I noticed that in LA, all Honda drivers think they got Ferraris. It's like, nigga.
Okay, that's a crazy observation. I never thought no shit like that.
Every time I'm on the freeway and there's somebody driving reckless, it'd be a Honda. And I'll be like, nigga, it's only 4 cylinders. Like, relax. Fucking relax. But I observe shit. So when I get on stage, it's just more about amplifying that because I got to perform. I got to entertain the people. Right. So there is a lot. Like, I'm not one of those comedians who I get on stage and this is just my regular self, right? And I would challenge you too. You're not fully day-to-day Na'im on stage. You do have another gear that you go to.
Of course, I have to. It's nonstop talking, so I have to perform. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do. Like there's a part of me that's just like more shit talk, more animated when I'm on stage.
It's the animation. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's more of the animation. Mm-hmm. But again, if I'm around you day to day, like if I'm in a relationship, I'm kind of goofy once I'm comfortable with a woman. Mm-hmm. So I am animated when we like talking our shit, or just when I'm comfortable around people. Mm-hmm. But if we at an event and we in a room full of people we don't know, we both of us play the background. We be like, yeah, whatever. I don't need to be trying out jokes and being seen
Never
and all
looking
that.
for the attention. Never.
I don't need none of that shit. I could just enjoy my time if it's cool, and then if it's whack, I'm out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Because I know that for myself, and this may happen sometimes before somebody sees me perform, if they hear I'm a comedian, like, you kind of serious for a comedian.
I get that all the time.
I know you get it. That's what I'm saying. If I get it, I know you get it.
But I don't get it just off of the facial expression. What I get is when I'm talking to women and my cerebral side comes out, which is 9 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they think I'm gonna be joking all the time, or they'll try to joke with me, and the shit ain't funny. Yeah. And so I'll be like, yeah, nah. And they'll say, you're pretty serious
tough
for
crowd,
a comedian. Yeah. For a comedian, you're pretty tough crowd.
You ain't funny, bitch.
You don't do what I do.
Right.
Respect the craft, heifer.
So I know that, so of course you were on Def Jam in the 90s, right? Yeah. And then you had this time period where you weren't doing comedy, which I didn't know. Mm-hmm. You started doing comedy again in what year?
2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is comedy a means to an end for you, or is it something that you really want to do? Because, you know, we know that you're a great actor. We know that I feel like dance is probably really your passion, and anything hip hop related. Because, you know, you rap, you know, you play instruments, music, you're into music, and you dance. So, and you even incorporate that into your act a little bit. Mm-hmm. So is stand-up something that you do because it's like, I know I can live off this and make money off it, but I'd really rather be doing ballet if it was cool?
Fuck no. No, comedy is something that I feel like I do really well. Mm-hmm. I think the only thing for me now that frustrates me about it is the algorithms and how we have to promote ourselves. Mm-hmm. I'm quiet. I'm a quiet person.
Yeah.
So the constant promotion, it's just not a natural rhythm for me.
Yeah. And we're from the old school too. From where there was no such thing as social media and content. It was just go on stage and be funny.
Which again, I don't mind posting because I post. I'm very well versed in the new age of doing things. But there is such a thing as shadow banning and certain people getting, like, I see motherfuckers get a million likes on a video it's cool, but it ain't like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
It's the consistency.
It's whatever it is. That's the part for me that makes comedy frustrating. I love when I'm on the road, specifically on the road. LA comedy, this is a different energy. But when I'm on the road and I'm in front of the blue collar people, the people that really work hard, they bring their wives out and you know, just want to come have a good time and they showing love, I love those moments. Yeah. So comedy is not just like a pastime or means to an end or just about the money. For me, it is another version of my expression where I can really talk and I can really like express, and I'm good at it. I'm good at what I do. Yeah. So it's like, this is. I'm really giving people a good show, and because I'm from the old school, I believe in giving them a good show. Yeah. That's why I'm so animated on stage. Yes. Because everybody back in the day used to use the stage and really perform. So, it's not a means to an end. It is one of my passions, but because I have so many different passions, it's not something that I have to do every day. Yeah.
So, let's say you got I always use Flex Alexander as a good.
That's my OG right there.
Yeah, we love Flex. So Flex, when he was hot on the show, one-on-one, he decided to not hit the road and spend time with his family, which can be a mistake in this industry because that's when the getting's good. Right. You got a hit show. That's when you go out and get the money. So let's say tomorrow you win the lottery or you get this show that you know is going to last for 30 seasons and then you'll be able to make residual money off of it after that. Do you still beat up the road or do you still do comedy at all?
Yeah. I think this point, because I went through that with Wildin' Out, I wasn't doing stand-up at all. And so Wildin' Out was 2005. Yeah. That was the very beginning of Wildin' Out. And I stopped doing it.
That's when you stopped? Okay, go ahead.
No, that's when it started.
No, that's when, I'm asking, is that when you stopped doing comedy?
No, I stopped way before that. I stopped doing comedy in 99.
Okay.
When I first moved to LA, basically. And I just wasn't in love with comedy based off my introduction to it. And the road was just a depressing place, especially as a feature. Yeah. And especially back in the 90s. Like, it's
goddamn. And me featuring for 20 years.
Bro. It was a time. Yeah. It was a time, but it was like, yo, this is a hard life. Yeah. So by the time I got to LA, I said, I just want to focus on acting. This is what I want to do anyway. And so, but when I started to have some success from Wildin' Out, people was like, yo, we trying to get you on the road. Like, we want to see you live. And they was offering bags. And I was like, nah, I don't do stand-up. And at the time, I couldn't even relate to stand-up. I couldn't relate to nothing that was funny. I couldn't structure a joke in my head. Like, I was so removed from it. I really thought I was never going to do it again. And so it wasn't until I started to see Kevs and like Aziz Ansari, people that took stand-up, even Chris Rock, right, that took stand-up and was like, I've done all this other stuff in the industry. Stand-up is the one thing I can control completely. And they created a bigger name for themselves by going back to stand-up and focusing on that. So for me, it was like, all right, cool. I got movies. I got, people. I have a fan base. So I came back right at the right time of where I still had a name. I still had relevance. I still had movies out that people love. So my touring it's been a great experience. Like, it's been cool. Not to say that every show's a sellout, because that's not the case. But I do it enough to where I make a good living at it. It could be way better. So I think for me, by the time I get that next show or the thing that's like putting me out there, I'm a flip the stand-up even harder. Yeah. Because now I got the fan base and I have new fans. So I would just push it a little harder and maybe not go out as often, but, just strike while the iron is still hot.
I feel like you missed out on certain things, especially when it comes to social media. Because the things that people are doing now, you were like one of the forefathers of that shit.
I was uneducated.
Yeah, you were like
I was highly uneducated, and part of me kicks myself nowadays.
Yeah,
because I didn't understand the power of subscriptions. I didn't understand the power of email database, and I had all of that shit on YouTube early.
Yeah,
early.
I remember the Deuces shit.
Huh?
The Deuces shit.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Man. But I didn't understand the power of consistency. YouTube was new. I was new to it. I just was like, all right, every time I get an idea, I'm gonna film it, put it up, millions of views. But I didn't understand. I did not understand the business side of it.
But when it started to pop and you started to get like, oh shit, people are killing off the things that I used to do, I still feel like you didn't jump in and go hard like you could have even at that moment.
That's not true. I just shifted the platforms. Like I stopped doing the big YouTube like rap parodies.
Right.
Because those were just so extensive to do. But what I noticed was the trend was skewing downward. Like most of the videos and people that was going viral was very low quality stuff. My parodies was high quality.
Yeah.
So people got more accustomed to a TikTok video or people just, holding the phone, and that's the stuff that started to go viral. So I got more into that side of it, like on IG, a little bit of TikTok. But I've been steadily going viral for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's just my thing is because I got a late start in understanding the power of subscriptions and email, I'm behind the 8 ball on that stuff.
Okay.
But no, I jumped. I don't think I really stopped. Like again, with IG, like I've gotten a lot of like, I've done a lot of parody stuff, and then even like during the pandemic, it got even crazier. When me and Spice was doing the Versus stuff. So I've always figured out a way to stay relevant when it comes to social media specifically.
So are you saying financial success through posting on IG, Facebook, and all that stuff?
No. I haven't tapped into like I be hearing motherfuckers talking about all the money they making.
That's what I'm saying
from posts.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how? What?
We got to get there.
Yeah,
because that's. I mean, even me doing this is like, bro, we missing out on so much money, just straight up bread, and then of course that translates over to your fan base, and then gets to people at your shows, and people are doing so many things by themselves now that they don't care about Hollywood. And I'm tired, and our agents are lying to us because they keep saying it ain't really nothing out there right now. Meanwhile, there's a new fucking show on some platform every month.
Yeah.
They're lying. There is shit out there. You're not doing your job. And we don't have to do just black work. We can do any type of shows. So when they say that, I'm like, that's fucking cap, man. That's cap. But, I've always wanted to do more work with you, man. We did a couple things. I wanted you in my project, but you weren't available. But we're going to get there, man.
No, get it.
So, you come out sometimes when I have events or whatever. You said you don't perform in LA. I think you should. Because, number one, I consider you to be famous. I don't consider myself to be famous. I consider myself to be an entertainer. And some people know me. I consider you to be famous. So when you do pop into these spaces, it's a treat.
Right.
You're now fresh on someone's mind. I saw you do Safe Space with Kev on stage, but it's so many other things that you could potentially be doing just by being seen and being around a little bit more. And I'm not saying go around and just hang out, but go, hit those stuff. Where do you practice your shit at? Because
on the road.
You practice on your new material on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really do that unless it's a joke where I'm like, man, I know this shit is funny. Then I put it out there. But for the most part, I like to perform locally to work on my newer stuff.
Right.
So, but the question I was going to ask, you come out, have fight parties sometimes, you don't drink. Is there a reason why you don't drink? Was there a time where you did and then you stopped?
No.
What's your thing with alcohol?
No, that was, my father and a lot of my family is just alcoholics. So
military. Yeah.
I mean, for him, it started. He just had a very abusive childhood.
Yeah.
Parents, all that, or his dad rather. But yeah, I saw the effects of alcohol directly. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, nah, that's not gonna be me, out of control of my faculties or And I just made a very clear choice from a young age that I wasn't gonna do it.
So you never tried anything?
No.
No drugs?
No, I never interest. No, weed, never. I just never had interest in none of that. Because when you grow up around addiction and you see the after effects of it in real time in front of your face, and you're actually like having to clean up some of the mess and carry them upstairs and put them in the bed, like that shit is fucking traumatizing. So for me, it was like, nah, I don't ever want to be that.
Yeah, I remember my dad getting really drunk one time when I was young on like Budweiser or some shit. By the way, I've never been drunk off beer. I be thinking, like, how much beer do you have to drink to get drunk off beer? I've never been drunk off beer, but my dad was, like, drunk out of his fucking mind. And it's crazy because many years later, I never saw him drunk again after that because we talked about it the next day, and he was kind of embarrassed when how he was acting. I must have been probably 5 or 6 years old. I don't know. And I remember years later, he had a mild heart attack. And they gave him, I don't know, some type of, I don't know if they gave him an anesthetic or laughing gas or some shit. But this is the first time I'm seeing my father being inebriated, like intoxicated somehow, right? And I was just like, he was acting all goofy and shit. I was like, yo. But my dad was around. He left early. I do remember that one experience. My parents were already divorced when this happened, I'm pretty sure, because they divorced when I was like 3. He left, and my dad was an addict. He was a functioning addict, and I didn't get to see him be that, but I did know my uncles and aunts were all on drugs, and just like you and my family. So I made the decision early also that I never wanted to do any drugs, and I said I wasn't going to drink either. But I didn't see my dad being drunk long enough for me to never drink. So eventually I started drinking.
Oh, yeah, I seen you drunk.
Yeah.
I remember one of your birthday parties.
My God.
This is when LA had nightclubs. It might have been Playhouse or one of them joints on Hollywood.
It was white inside?
Yeah. Everybody was there. Kev was there. We all was in your section though, and you was so drunk.
Bro.
And I was talking to you, and I texted you afterwards. I said, nigga, you look like Grady from Sanford or something last night. You just was like, your eyes was just like.
Yeah. That might have been one of the drunkest times I've ever been.
No, you was drunk as fuck.
Yeah. Sure. So, I'm a social drinker.
Okay.
I never just sit around and drink. It's not too often when I'm going to get past tipsy, and I really don't care to be. You know, so... But I get it that you don't even want to see what it's like. You don't, because you might have an addictive personality just like your family. You know?
No, I'm not even afraid of it.
You're not afraid.
I just have no interest in it. It's a turn off for me. It's
if a woman is a drinker? Is that a deal breaker?
If she's a drunk, yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. If she just like wine and it's like social and it's like I don't never see her like inebriated or out of her faculties or like out of control, I don't mind that. You grown, you can do what you want. But if you put me in a situation where I gotta babysit you and I'm now responsible for you in that moment, that's not gonna be a match for me.
Right. What's another deal breaker for you where it's just like, nah, I can't do
it? Somebody who's an attention whore. You know what I'm saying? Like just
posting thirst traps
in every way. The thirst traps, or they always in dudes' faces. Like there's some women that don't they cannot admit that they love male attention. And they be up our ass about women that we know or knowing too many women, but then on the flip side they got their titties out, their cheeks out,
right? Or
they got girls' night and they out doing whatever they doing. So it's like I just like a woman that
like a homebody.
Don't have to be a homebody, but somebody that's chill. That doesn't have to be in the outside world or like seen and at every event, at every distance. Yeah. I don't want nobody that feels like they got to always be running around somewhere.
Right. So no kids. At this point, is it like I'm too old for it, or you still considering it?
I still want it. Yeah, but that's also why I stay in shape, treat myself right,
You don't.
And I
because you don't drink.
That too, and I don't stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Peace is a motherfucking, it's a fountain of youth. So yeah, if it happens, God willing, great. I'm still open to it. I love kids. If not, that's just what it is.
Yeah. You do know you can control this though, right? This is not a necessarily up to God.
It's not what?
It's not necessarily up to God. You can control it.
No, I know that. But it's also about...
You've got to meet the right person and all that, of course. So,
I mean, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You, yeah, I mean, when I was young, you know, and people, I don't know what movie this came from, but it's just like, if we don't have no kid by this time, then if you don't have one, I don't have one. Like, is there a friend that you have that...
I've had a few of my female friends say that, and I don't... For me, the reason why I'm willing to wait this long is because I want it to be done right. Yeah, that matters to me.
What's right? Marriage first.
Yeah, marriage, or if she and I have whatever our locked in agreement is, and she's comfortable, I'm comfortable. We know we want to ride this out together. Then yeah, that's the version of it that I want my child to grow up in the same house with me. Yeah, you know, me and my
that's
lady.
Important. My mom actually lived in Germany for 2 years when she was in high school. Her adopted dad. So you know, my mom, till this day, doesn't know who her father is, and I actually did the reason why I'm on 23andMe and Ancestry.com is because I've been looking for this man. You know, my mom decided she wanted to know who he was when she was like 40 years old because her grandmother said, "Oh yeah," before she died, like, "Yeah, that nigga was trying to, you know, he's trying to be in your life, but I was throwing the mail away." You know, so then my mom decided at this point in the 90s that she wanted to find him, and we didn't have the search engines that we have today with the internet and all of that. So once things became a little bit easier, I started piecing things together, and I believe that I've now found the family. The dad is dead, but my mom, I think she has 3 sisters. I'm like 90% sure that these women are sisters that live in Venezuela, though. But she was adopted by this man that she did not know. It was a guy that my grandmother started seeing, and they moved things along pretty quickly. My mom was like 13 at the time, so it was like 13, 14, like, yeah, come on, we going to Germany. And she was miserable. She was miserable. She couldn't wait to get back. So, yeah, it was tough for her. But, you know, similar situation, only my mother still don't know who her dad is.
Right.
That's tough. So I was at the baseball game last night, and this dude was trying to get past.
Yeah, you and the lady.
Yeah, me and the lady went to the game, and this dude was trying to get past me. You know, he walking past. I'm in my seat. He's like, "Excuse me, OG." You know, I'm 48, and I say my age every time I get on stage because I'm very proud of it. And, you know, I'm okay with aging. Either you age or you die, right? But who gave these niggas permission to start calling us Unc and OG? Because I don't look at myself as no fucking OG. It be one. OG is older than Unc, right? Somebody did the breakdown on this one day.
Yeah.
Do anybody call you that? And
sometimes, but it's more so from the industry standpoint. Like people that have seen me since the 90s or wilding out. I'm an OG now. I mean, if you think about it, that shit was 21 years ago when shit started.
Man, fuck that.
So, hey, man.
So it don't bother you?
I don't
want to fight over it or nothing like that.
Here's what I'm going to say. There's a lot of things that we could choose to take issue with. I just try to pick and choose what those are. I can't control what somebody, you know, and OG, you know. All right.
I think about my dad when I think about OG, though.
I get it.
That's
but
crazy
again,
to me.
I know that I don't feel that old. I don't look that old. But I am my age, so I don't run from that.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, well, shit. If he's saying it, the nigga's probably 25. He could be my son. So
yeah. Okay.
All right.
I get that. I mean, I've been doing this shit for a long time, too. So if it's like OG in the industry, then I guess it's different.
Yeah, people know who you are. I know you don't identify with the word famous, but you are famous. You tour with Kev in arenas.
Famous.
Huh?
Somebody that's famous. Yeah.
He is famous, yes. But you do arenas. You right there with him.
Yeah.
And y'all have podcasts. So you're famous. You know, there's The problem is we have varying degrees of fame now because everybody's famous. If you're a YouTuber, streamer, there's so many more celebrities in the world now than what it was when we was growing up.
It's crazy because after the roast, I thought that I would start receiving more recognition because of that. People recognizing who I am. But it's really, I've been out more and in the hood more, and really they recognize me from my TV show, from assisted living.
Right.
And I'm really not starting to understand the demographics of who watch the show.
Right.
These old motherfuckers, people that look like they recovering addicts. They're like, oh, that's my favorite show. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. And I went home and I was at a block party right around the corner from where I grew up at. People like, what you doing around here? What you doing in Jersey? I'm like, yo, I live right there. And they're surprised. But, yeah, I mean, I just look at, when I think of fame or famous, I just picture somebody wherever they go. Somebody's like, oh, that's such and such, or asking for a picture every time. And I do know that I'm unapproachable. So, of course, there's times where people recognize me and they don't say anything, or they recognize me and don't care.
Right.
You know?
But I still feel like I'm in that space, too. Like, people know me a lot of places, but there's a lot of times I go somewhere, I'll be in a crowd of people, they don't say, maybe they know me and they don't say nothing, but it's
people are horrible whisperers, by the way.
Facts. Facts.
They go Affion.
But yeah, and maybe I'm just oblivious to a lot of shit too. But I don't look for it either. I just go where I go. I am conscious of not going certain places too, though. I am very aware
to avoid fans,
to avoid dangerous fans,
right, or
danger.
What's an example?
I'm not gonna go to the hood and just hang out somewhere.
Yeah,
like some club or bar. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where, even though there's a lot of loving people down there, there's also the people that mean harm.
Right.
So,
when it comes to that, I kind of like I try to avoid them too. But when I was in Jersey a few weeks ago and I was in the hood, I walked over there because it was literally walking right around the corner. And I was like, let me just get a feel for it, see what's going on out here. And you can read the energy pretty quickly, especially if you grew up around that shit.
Of course.
So I saw it and I was like, all right, okay. And I felt the love and I was like, not only is this making me feel good, it's probably making them feel good. So I hung out for a minute and then I got, the sun was still up. I'm not closing the party.
Yeah.
But I think that when I grew up in Jersey, it was always fights.
Right.
There was all high school parties. It was always fighting. No matter what, my friends went to the skating rink. There was always fighting and people getting shot and all that shit. And it took me a minute to actually even start going out because when I went to college, I was expecting the same thing. And I'm in North Philadelphia. So I'm like, nah, I ain't going nowhere. And then I say shit. It probably took about 3 years. Then I started, I started realizing like, all these people at the parties, we all know each other. And most of us like each other. Right. So whenever there was any problems, it was probably somebody coming that didn't go to school there.
Right.
And
yes, I grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. There's a lot of hood. My neighborhoods were. It was like that. Yeah. But we all know each other. Yeah. And something happens where when they find out that I'm the talented one, the entertainment one, they protect me. Yeah. So the hood niggas is like, like
an athlete. Yeah.
Yeah. They be like, stay away from this shit, man. And they'll tell me, like, when they doing something that I can pull up to. Like, we're going to have a pool party, whatever. But when they on the block, they be like, don't come around here tomorrow. Yeah. They know what it is. So, even in L.A., like, I was at a hood party the other day, but it was in Hollywood. But just like a lot of hood. I'm very comfortable around hood folks. Yeah. Because that's where a lot of our fan base is. Right. But to actually go in the hood and just be existing like ain't nothing happening, like, we all know. We've seen the effects of that, but
also with you not being a drinker, you always probably checking your surroundings. You probably see something. I'm really good at that. When I see somebody start doing little gestures and shit, I'm like, it's about to be a fight over there. Let's move over here. Maybe let's get out of here. I see it coming.
Yeah, I can feel that.
And also my facial expressions. People think that I'm just an angry dude. that shit has a lot to do with where I come from.
Yeah.
Like, niggas from Jersey are not really friendly like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Philly either.
Yeah. So with me always kind of being on guard and always like, yo, what's up with this nigga? What's going on over here? That has a lot to do with the way I carry myself.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't know somebody, and it could be a setup. Like one nigga could be distracting you by like, yeah, what's up, man? What's up? But his man's is plotting. So I'm always like, scanning.
All right, man. Bro, you know, this was a great sit down, a great conversation. I learned some things about you that I didn't know, and that I may not have ever known if we didn't have this DMC.
We ain't had this sit down, yeah.
Had this DMC, bro. But I think that this type of conversation is important. Lets our fans know how human we are, the ups and downs, and the things that we go through in life. You know, I'm always extremely vulnerable about mental health and the things I'm going through. There's really no secrets with me, and maybe I should dial back sometimes. But that's just about. I'm just an authentic person. Right. And I appreciate you coming on and being authentic and letting us know some things about you that we did not know. And, man, you one of my favorite people, period. I always tell you how fucking talented you are, bro. Like, the things that you do extremely well. Like, a lot of us,
Eric
they say,
Spoelstra.
Huh?
Eric Spoelstra.
Bro, that's that and Maya Angelou. I think when we did Straight from the Heart, we realized that your Maya Angelou and your Jay-Z
it's the same nigga.
It's the same. Do it real quick. I hate
Maya
that.
is just slightly older than Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's just a little slower.
Yeah. Him and us in the same pain.
And the Spoelstra is it's no words.
There's no words.
It's just all facially. And I didn't even realize you were using the app at first
to take the facial hair down.
I'm like, this nigga must have did all of these at one time, because I know
some of them are reposts. But the latest one I did when Giannis went to Miami, I did a brand new one that day. And I did the bend, the Dallas dance. Bend. Eric Spoelstra doing the bend dance,
and I'm sure he's seen it. And are you friends with any Heat players? Players with the Heat?
Well, back when Bron was there, like I was friends with his camp, you know, Rich Paul and all those guys, and so they would tell me that they would share the videos in the locker room,
and people dying.
And so yeah, Spo has seen it. D Wade has told me, I've seen him before, and in passing he was like, nigga, Coach Spo. He said, oh no, he's definitely seen it. He's seen it. We used to share the videos all the time.
It's such a random ass impression.
It is, and I've been doing it for so long, like that. It's just one of those that just kind of goes by the wayside. But now people are really starting to say, like when I'm in the airport or whatever, niggas, hey, that Eric Spoelstra shit.
Yeah, yeah, man. You're a really good dude, bro. You're a righteous brother.
Likewise.
Extremely talented. And when those two things meet up, then there will always be success. And do you know that? Do you know what you're capable of? And is it a thing of we just trying to get the rest of the world to realize? Because that's how I feel about 100%. Myself.
I know exactly who I am. And I understand what my value is. I'm just figuring out how to get more eyeballs on what I do.
Do you think that is because you do too many things? Could that be an obstacle, or is being multi-talented?
It could be, but I don't think that's it. I think I feel like even though I've been going viral and all that kind of stuff, I haven't had that catapult moment that takes me into the stratosphere,
right? Like
into that Kev, Joe Coy, Matt Rife, like. I just haven't had that moment. And so it's all good, but I'm hyper aware that I have so much left in the tank of my abilities, of my creativity, my gift, that it's like, all right, I'm fully confident in that.
Does it get at you sometimes?
Does what?
Does it get at you sometimes?
Oh, all the time, for sure. It's a frustrating thing to be like, to know that you have this energy and this gift, but not enough people know about it.
Yeah.
So, but it balances out because I'm an introvert. So it's like, whenever I need to lean into it, into the introverted side of it, and people don't know who I am or whatever, cool. I think for me, it's more about when it's all said and done, I just want the wealth to add up to the gift.
Yeah.
So if that happens, or when that happens, to where I'm satisfied and content with the number, and I feel like we're now at an even level, I wouldn't trip on anything else or like being known all the time, because this at some point it's okay to pump the brakes. I do believe that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, overall I'm good. But to your point, yeah, I do know who I am and what I am.
That's good, man. You got to know, because when you hear so many no's in this industry, you start to doubt yourself and question yourself, and you're like, why? Why am I not getting this? And that's where a lot of hate comes from. And I know that's not in your heart, but
Yeah.
for a lot of people, how did he get that and I didn't get that? Why did they get that? It wasn't your time. It wasn't your time, and I just feel like a lot of things with you happened too early, or it was just timing was off.
I feel like in an odd way, I feel like everything happened when it was supposed to happen.
Really?
Because God doesn't make mistakes. So I've made all the right moves. You know what I mean?
You did your part.
I did my part.
Yeah.
So if it didn't happen the way it was supposed to go, I feel like God is either protecting me from something, or there's something else coming.
I'm glad you said that.
Right.
And I retract what I said, and I agree with that, because I say the same thing about myself. Like, for whatever reason, I'm not ready for it. And I don't know what that reason is. It could be this, it could be that, but I'm not ready for the level of success that I'm destined for. And when I am ready, it'll come in divine timing.
It cannot miss you. What is meant for you can never miss you.
You can fuck it up, though. You
can.
That?
You can.
Not saying that you have. I'm just saying. I'm just
Right.
asking. Do you believe you can fuck something up that was meant for you?
But even with that, I don't know, because we've seen so many people get gifted the success and the all of the things, and they're day-to-day fuck ups, and they still got the stuff.
But what about somebody like Chris Tucker, who, from my understanding, I don't know if this is fact, once he got so good with the Rush Hour series, he was afraid to step out and do something else with fear of it failing, and then eventually he fizzled.
Maybe that was supposed to be his path.
Okay.
But I hear what you're saying. Like, we can debate all kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And say so-and-so should have been further ahead than this person, or whatever at that time. This person should have been this. At the end of the day, everybody's path is their path. And I don't think any of this stuff is accidental.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, we are in a very covetous society. So we want what the next man wants. I want what Kev wants. I want what this person wants. I want what...
By the way, I don't want that shit. So for people to ever think that I'm hating on him is crazy, because I do not want that level of success and that level of fame by any means. And maybe one day I'll feel differently, but I don't have the energy, the physical or mental energy, to be in that type of space.
It's a different space.
It's a different space, bro, and it's made for certain people.
Right.
But, hey, bro, it's been a great interview, man. I always say we need to do some more work together, but let's really be intentional about that. You know, I told you an idea I had before that I think would be great for us just to fuck around with. The great thing is that you can do so much high-level production with cheap equipment these days with your cell phone. And it just really takes us sitting down and doing it and just having some fun, bro.
Let's do it. I always call you when I'm doing something.
And I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Again, I know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
And I know your skill sets. So what I've been working on, I would say for the past 5 years, is just being able to have more control, green light control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can self-produce all day, but there's still a distribution angle. There's still all that kind of shit and obstacles that you'll come across. But for me, I've been in the lab, like working on stuff that's going to give me that ability to green light and just hire my friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to do all the, the casting director politics, and
I hate that shit.
I don't need to do none of that. I know exactly who's going to fill these roles, and I can just cast shit off out of my phone. Yeah. So, but even before we do all of that, let's revisit the idea.
Yeah.
We can get that done, for sure. We need to.
All right, let's work on that, man. Whatever you got coming up, bro, promote it real quick. We're going to put this episode out.
Houston, Improv, always a great time. My highest grossing city to date. I'll be there August 6th through 9th. And then August 12th, I'm back in LA for my birthday show at Flappers in Burbank. Pull up on me. Y'all already know we always sell that out, and it's always a great time, great laughs. And August 12th, Flappers Burbank. Pull up on me.
Am I on that show?
You're not on that one.
Okay, cool.
No, not that one. But you're invited. This nigga's sensitive about me inviting him to shows. I'm like, nigga, you're a comedian. You can just pull up.
No. I want to know if I'm doing some stage time. That's all.
No. You can just come and chill out, get you a drink.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, we ended this shit. We started on some bad friend shit, and we ended on some bad friend shit. But thank you for being my first guest, brother. This is going to be a great podcast. Make sure y'all check it. And guess what? When I do the clips, you're going to get to approve them first.
Great friend. Huh?
I'm changing the podcast game. We're not out here for that clickbait bullshit.
Right. No, I'm honored that I was your first guest, brother.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir, man.
You know a lot of people, so it could have been anybody.
I do. Go ahead and sign out. Got my man Affion Crockett. I'm Na'im Lynn, and this has been DMCs with Na'im Lynn. Peace.